Santosh, could you please share a little bit about your new book, The Kundalini Artworks?
See, I'll come to the Kundalini artworks a little later. I first want to tell you what Kundalini is. Now, I myself did not know what Kundalini is till I got into the program. And I realized it's a journey from the known to the unknown. And on this journey, one has to be totally fearless. That is the first question the Guru asks. Do you have fear? If you say no, then he says, okay, go ahead. Or he'll ask you, do you have any responsibilities? Children, in-laws, parents you have to look after? My answer was, no, my children are grown up and I don't have any old parents. So with that clarification, you are put on the road to the Kundalini awakening. I didn't know it was Kundalini awakening that was happening because I was not told. But I found that as I got into the process, my senses were heightened. I could see without seeing with my eyes. I could look up, down, back, front. It was very fascinating, and it became like a Alice in Wonderland, seeing the transformation happening within me, fire burning within me, without me, certain going to different planes, going to different vibratory levels, experiencing the entities there. And it was a very exciting, it was more of an adventure than anything else. But all this came in the form of visions, which was recorded in my trilogy. Now, the trilogy is a process of transformation that happened within my body, mind, intellect, from my pranmay kosha to the anmay kosha to the gyanmay kosha to whatever, to the bliss. But that process now has been put into a certain order in the Kundalini artworks. The book of artworks, I realized that my trilogy, I have understood the way it happened for me. But to put it in an order so that a person understands what is required or what the body is going to go through when they are going through a process, I found there is a certain system. First and foremost, a guru is essential. So the first chapter is on the guru. How does one realize that this is my guru? How did the realization come to me? Because I was given, I could see my guru's aura. I was given to understand that this is the body through which I was going to get my knowledge. And until then, the surrender does not happen. Until you realize, you are convinced that this body, mind, organism is my guru, surrender does not happen. And what are we surrendering to? We are not surrendering to the form. We are surrendering to it's a surrender to ourself. That means the energy that gets awakened, triggered by this form outside, within us. Then we have to surrender to the energy and allow it to do its work within our body. That is where it is said, do not fear, because it's your own energy which is working within you for the good of you. Okay, but the guiding force is there sitting, the form is sitting there to encourage you, to give you support, to say it is okay, carry on, it will all unfold. So guru is very essential, and surrender to the guru means surrendering to yourself, to your inner self, which has manifested for you in the form of the other who's sitting opposite you. So the guru is my higher self manifested in the form which it resonates with. And then imparts the knowledge back to me, and that's how the Guru Shishya relationship works. And after the chapter on Guru comes the guide, because in my journey there were quite a few astral masters, or what I call the White Brotherhood, who were guiding me from another level. They looked after me at every level, in the sense that they kept track of my mental, emotional, and physical needs. And anytime they felt that I was a little apprehensive, they would slow down the process until I said I'm ready again. So it was an active communication. And what I also found was that the energy listens to you. You know, you say, okay, please, not just now. I would like to wait. It will wait. And then you say, okay, now I'm ready. And that is basically to convince myself to understand that so far it has taken good care of me. Okay, if it is working in the heart region or in the brain, it will still take care of me. So with that surrender, if you give yourself up to the energy and the guides, they will work for you. So after that, now the guides took care of my chakras. You know, sometimes I felt the chakras were stuck. They were there to regulate them. And so please, when any guide is there, you have to allow them to do your work for you if it is not happening in the process by itself. And so each chakra has a little chapter on it. It has its vibration and the way it functions. And what I also found, that chakras, I didn't experience them as lotuses or flowers. I experienced them as wheels, you can say. And they would move in any which way. It's not necessary they were only going round and round. They would sometimes move up, down. They would move, you know, clockwise, anti-clockwise, whatever the body-mind required. And so the chakras, all the chakras and the vibrations have been given, how when they are active, when they are not active. And then we come to the fragmentation, how creation, because that was my question. Who am I? Where have I come from? And where am I going? So then the process comes, how fragmentation happened, how creation happened at a subtle level and then at the physical level. All this has been put visually down. And once that has been put down, then unification, that means birth, manifestation and death. What happens at death? So that is at the end, and how then the soul merges back with the whole. So the Kundalini artworks contains these chapters in a certain sequence. That what is first required is a guru. If you are lucky, you will have guides to help you. Then how, in which, because our course was of the descending energy, so that's why I start from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is a safe method. And we come to the Kundalini only after about 4 or 5 breath techniques, when these top chakras are cleared and we have better understanding of the whole thing, then the energy is activated, because it's your lower chakras which are going to throw up all that which is contained in them over lifetimes, not only this life. And your Agnya is developed enough to view everything in equanimous manner. So that is what the Kundalini artworks is about.